Okay, could someone please turn off the lights? Good, thanks. Now, can everyone see the slide? Good. Now, we've been talking about emigration from one country to another, but emigration isn't always from a country. In this first slide, you see a map of the state of North Dakota in the U.S. We're going to focus on this part of the state, western North Dakota. 100 years ago, North Dakota had something that many immigrants were looking for. What do you think it was?
Was it farmland?
That's right. North Dakota had land, and that land attracted many immigrants from Europe, especially from Norway and Germany. They left their native countries and moved abroad. In North Dakota, they planted wheat, and they built houses and new towns. Nowadays, however, more and more people are leaving North Dakota, especially the rural areas, and moving to other states in the U.S. But before we get to that, let's look more closely at the reasons immigrants left their original countries and went to North Dakota in the first place. This second slide shows one important reason: trains. By the early part of the 20th century, trains had arrived in this part of the country, so travel was easier. And when the railroad companies finished building, they sold their extra land, and they sold it cheap. The U.S. government was also selling land at low prices, and there were even ways to get land for free. You just had to live on the land for 5 years, plant some trees, and do a little farming. Easy, right? Well, as you'll see in this next slide, life wasn't easy. The family that used to live in this house left a long time ago. That's because after the 1920s, North Dakota had several years of very dry, very windy weather. The economic crisis of the 1930s made things even more difficult, so many farmers had to sell their land and leave.